Hello and welcome everyone. I am Kiki Lovelace and oops, there we go. I just pinned my video for a second. I'm Kiki Lovelace and I am the owner and director of education here at Interstellar Pilates and Yoga Studio in Berkeley, California. And I'm also the founder and lead business growth mentor at the Thriving Studio Owner Program, which is a 12-week program that I created to help my fellow Pilates, yoga, fitness, solopreneurs, and studio owners double or triple their income working 20 hours per week or less. And I teach them how to do that systematically in the six-step system that I actually just taught Juliana in these last 3 months or so. And so today I'm going to be interviewing one of my newest graduates. This is Juliana Sainz, and she has a yoga studio in Monterrey, Mexico. It's called Mukti Yoga. Welcome, Juliana. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you, Kiki. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to talk to you today. Yes, I mean, as you all who are watching this will see, Juliana and I have a deep connection. So I'm sure this interview is going to be really amazing because we really speak the same language. We're like of the same soul group, Juliana and I. So yeah, so Juliana, I want to start out, there's so many different things we can talk about, but just before we press record, you were telling me about this next level limiting belief that you have just unearthed, like another layer of. And I know that was some of the deep work that I do with all my mentees and some of the work that I know you found most useful in our 12 weeks together is like really looking at what are the belief systems that you're carrying that are preventing you from creating the income that you desire, the impact that you desire, the team that you desire, the business that is like really been the business of your dream for all these years. So can you share with my people what you and I were just talking about and about this like new belief system that you're creating?
Okay, yes, sure. Yes, what I was telling you, Kiki, is that before beginning this program, I had this belief that since I come from a third world country, from Mexico, I thought that I wasn't going to be able to do something big during COVID. That was my belief. Like I thought that I just had to make a big pause, wait for this to be over and continue after that. But when I saw you like before when I saw you talking about your programs and everything you worked there, I wanted to have an opportunity and see if there would be any changes. But the truth is that when I began the program, I was still with this limited belief. And when I heard the stories of the other people who were participating in the program, and they were like talking about these big wins that they were having every week, and I was like, I will never be able to do that. In Mexico, it is not possible. And sometimes I really felt like, what am I doing here? Like, I'm not going to be able to advance and do big things. But then I realized that it was in my mind. Yes, that was like a big breakthrough in the program. So what I learned was that what I needed to do was to look for different possibilities, to search for different answers of how I was doing things. So I remember in one of the sessions that I told you that my aim right now is to look for bigger clients, because right now in Mexico, most people are not able to invest in regular yoga classes. It's not easy right now. So I thought that it would be a lot of waste of energy from my part if I was trying to capture like a lot of small clients. It was very like energetically, it wasn't possible. So what I realized was that what I need to do is to look for these bigger clients. And
like
that
these corporate clients that you've been calling.
Yes, I was talking to you about that, corporate clients and private clients. So I began to work on that, and it actually worked. I mean, in these 3 months of the program, I got 3 new private clients and 1 new corporate client. So for me, it was like a big win. Yes, and it was all because of this change of mindset and of doing things differently, just trying something different.
Oh my God. I love this story. I have a little like delay, but no, I love this story so much because I know your story, and you actually told me that like a million times. You'd be like, well, I'm in Mexico, so blah, 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 blah. You know, you'd always like couch it in that. But I, you know, what I want you to know, and anybody who's watching this interview, is like, we all have versions of this story about why we can't have success. And, you know, I was sharing with you earlier that like my small town studio owners, their version of this exact same story is, it's such a small town. People don't get it where I live. It's like, yoga is never going to be like a thing here.
Mm-hmm.
And then my big city people are running the same exact story, but their story is, there's so much competition here, I could never compete. So I just love that you like realize, oh, this is a belief and I can change that belief. And then you actually put it into action. Like you changed the belief, and then you were like, okay, let me, like, instead of focusing on these like small yoga class memberships or whatever class cards, let me just change my focus to get what I want, you know, which is like, you know, you got these amazing private clients, which you shared with me is like a huge amount of income when somebody's coming 3 times a week for privates, you know. It's crazy. And then these corporate clients, which I know you're calling in more of these corporate clients as well. So I just love that. That's such an amazing way to come from like this one place of beliefs, like through to this mind state, and then all the way into action in the real tangible 3D world, you know, and like manifesting this corporate client and these private. So that's so powerful. So another thing that I witnessed you move through so beautifully, and just like, it was just incredible to witness the process of this, is we do some very deep work in the marketing modules, which are about midstream, week 6, 7, and 8. It's always like really fascinating for me to watch each of my mentees go through this process, because it's not just about learning copywriting and, you know, like how to write an email subject line, which I teach all those skills, you know, like, and what you want to do for your email strategy, your social media strategy, all that stuff. But it's really about learning how to see and own your own unique medicine, your soul purpose, and then put that through into your offerings and into your marketing. And I really saw you take that and move it all the way through. So can you describe for my people a little bit of like, before that process, kind of like how you were holding your offers, your marketing, and now like where you are with your message for your studio?
Sure. Yes, before the program, my offers used to be like very generic, like for anybody. I think that I did had like my purpose very clear, but it was like this personal purpose, but I didn't take it to the next level. Like it was just with me, but I wasn't communicating that to my clients. I was keeping it to myself. I realized that maybe because I was scared, maybe because it has to do a lot with my personal history, experiences in life. And sometimes, I mean, I was scared to be vulnerable and to show that part of me to others. And with this program, I was able to realize that that is the value in me. Like all the history and experiences that I have lived, it's what makes my work valuable. And I wasn't communicating that. And with this program, I was able to break like these barriers and begin to have this clarity with my niche. That was like my big breakthrough in the program. So right now I have it very clear. I am working for women. And at the beginning, I was scared. I remember that when I told you, I was like, but I don't know, only women. And then, yes, it was like a process of breaking through these fears and being like confident with what I want to offer and what is part of my history and owning that and owning that and seeing the value in that.
And so can you tell us like what kind of women, like what specifically what women you are calling in and
yes.
are attracted to your work and the
yes.
people that you can really help?
Yes, I am working with women that come from difficult experiences in their lives, like divorce or loss of a loved one or with sickness. Women who have been struggling in their lives and that feel stuck, and they are looking for a place, a community of support, and yoga is part of that. So that's what I am like building in my studio, in my community. And actually in the middle of the program, I offered a special program for women, and it was a big success. I think it was also due to the confidence that I built through the program, that I was able to offer it online. Because at the beginning, I was a bit hesitant, like maybe it's not going to have like the same strength, because we do a lot of talking circles and like support, and it was incredible. And I have testimonials from the women that participated, and for them, it was like this special space for them in the middle of this pandemic. So it was like, yeah, they told me like it was what I needed just right now. And every one of them was going through like a very special experience at the moment. So for them, it was something that helped them to go by and to have more confidence and strength in themselves. So for me, this was like yes, you're right, I'm doing what you're doing. It was like this,
like a confirmation. This, yeah, like yes. Your intuition and spirit is being like, yes, keep going. That's the right thing. I love that. I love that. That's so powerful. Wow, that's so awesome. You hadn't told me those pieces about you know what their experience was, but I just love that when we remove our sort of like visibility blocks and like, you know, the things like we don't want to be vulnerable. We don't want to share the truth of like our life, maybe difficult life experiences. And like when you remove those blockages, not only do you attract the people that like you are literally here to serve them and to help them in their lives, but then you get to like be in your brightest, boldest self. And you get to, you know, it's so much more fun. Like it's so much more fun. And that I want to say, that's another thing you recently told me a couple of weeks ago, I think, is that like one of the takeaways of this program is that when you sit down to do your work, it's actually like you're happy, like it's fun for you. So can you tell us a little bit about like what has shifted for you in that way?
Yes, that was also a big win with this program. Like before, it used to be like, okay, I need to do this, but I wasn't that motivated. It was like just like, okay, check, what's next? But now it's like, okay, it's time to work. It's time to think of what message I am going to communicate today in my social networks. And I really enjoy it. It's like, okay, what am I going to talk about today? What picture am I going to put there? It's like, I really enjoy it. And that didn't used to happen before. So for me right now, it's like, very motivating to work, and I feel happy working. It doesn't feel like a big, you know, like a big burden that, oh, I need to work and do this and that. No, it's like, okay, it's time. Like, okay, let's do it. I'm enjoying it.
Oh my God, that is so amazing. I mean, like, you know, I think of that as like when you're in your zone of brilliance, in your zone of genius, like it just puts you in that place of creativity and flow and fun and inspiration. And like, yeah, everything is more efficient, you know, everything's like time-wise, you can get things done more quickly. You feel like more effective, and then you have more time, and you actually like allow yourself the time to like rest and uptake the rest, you know. And so I just think that's so super cool. So there's one more little piece I wanted to elevate today, because it was a really special moment in our relationship. You emailed me this one day, and it was such a beautiful email, and you were like, Kiki, like things are shifting inside me, like around, like, is this normal in your program? Like, because like I'm doing some deep like rearranging of like my sense of value and inner knowing. And so I don't know how much of that you want to share, but would you mind sharing just a few pieces with my people about like what you felt like rearranging inside?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, so basically what happened was that before, my belief was that I only deserved what I like, just what I needed to survive, not more. And that used to be because of like a difficult experience that I had gone through before. So that was a way of sort of being, how do you say, like difficult with myself. Like, a way of saying, okay, you don't deserve more because of this experience that you lived before. So yes, and with this program, that started to like disappear. And for me, when I realized that, I remember, like, because I was doing some of the work, writing work, that I don't remember what week it was, but I remember being like writing, and then like all the tears coming down, and I was like, what is happening? And I realized that. So in that moment, I realized that I deserve everything. There's no limit. I deserve everything that I want, that I visualize, and that's it. So after that, a lot of different things began to happen in my life, in my studio, in my business. Like, I began to feel more creative, more strong and self-confident. It was a big shift in my life, really, really. It was like, wow. And I've done a lot of work before.
I know you have.
Yeah,
I know you have.
I've done a lot of big work. Yes, but this was still there, and I didn't knew it was there. Yes.
Oh my God, that's so
I know.
amazing, Juliana.
And
so
something that I told you, I remember, it was like this feeling of, it was funny because maybe you have gone through something similar. Like when you go through this difficult process, and then like you cross that line that was difficult to cross, but then you feel scared. You're like, and now what? What's next? Because I realized at that moment that there was like this vastness that I could have in my life, and that scared me. It was like, I don't know if I want to go back, but I knew I couldn't. It was like, no, you have to go forward. You have to go forward and open with, and to receive. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that is so powerful. You know, I just want to like, that medicine, I think all of us really need to take in. And so I'm just going to say it back to you so I make sure I'm getting it right. But like, I feel like what I'm hearing you say is that you like allied with desire. Like you understood that like, and your worth too is like, I'm worthy of that which I can imagine, that which I can desire. And just in that one single action, it's like things started to crystallize and shift in all these different places in your life, you know, and in your business, and just in all the different sections of your life. So yeah, I just think that that's so beautiful. And I think that level of like self-knowing and self-confidence is really one of the only things missing for most people. Like if you have that level of like self-knowing, self-trust, self-respect, it changes your life to have that part of you sort of mended and healed and like you know? So yeah, I just think that's so very powerful. And I know that like, as an entrepreneur, like a high level of self-belief, which you actually came into the program with a very high level of self-belief, but like the places that you cleaned up while we were working together, like that is one of the requirements to having an exceptional small business, you know, or an exceptional big business really, but like an exceptional small business that gives you the income that you want, that is like really a expression of your soul's purpose, you know, that really is meaningful to you and allows you the lifestyle that you want. Like it requires a high level of self-belief for sure to create that, you know? And I think it's true that like when you realize how vast the possibilities are, it also is terrifying at the same time. Right?
Yes.
Totally. Yeah, I was just telling one of my newest masterminders this morning, it's like new level, new devil. Like every time you up level, you'll hit another layer of something that needs to be cleared, you know? Yeah. I love that. Awesome. You know, well, I want you to know, those of you guys who are watching this amazing interview, that I would love to connect with you and talk to you about what's possible for you and your business in the next 90 days, just like one of my team members did with Juliana a little more than 3 months ago. And so I'll put my link to my calendar in the chat. We'll get on the phone and have a conversation about your big goals, any limiting beliefs that you are currently aware of, and also all the actionable strategies that you're going to need to put into place in order to actually get from here to there. So I'll put that link to my calendar below, and you can grab a time and talk to me there. And Juliana, so for all of us who someday are going to get to travel to Mexico, like I'm dying to come see you. Can you tell us, like, where could we at least find you on Instagram, and on, you know, where do you want to send us if we're interested?
Yeah. Okay, you can visit my Instagram account. It's Mukti, is MUKTI yoga.xo. So there you find me. You can also find me in my webpage, which is muktionline.com. And anything you want to ask me, or if you visit Mexico, I would be very happy to see you here. Yes, it's in Monterrey, Mexico, my studio, it's in the northern part of Mexico. We have a lot of great mountains, and there's a lot of very outdoors like activities that we can do here also. So I
am coming to see you, and I'm bringing my family too. So
yes, I would love that.
Oh my gosh, awesome. Well, thank you, Juliana. Thank you so much. Oh, my pleasure. And thank you all for watching today. Have a great day.
Bye-bye. Thank you.